But here's the main myEcon product. It is the financial education known as income shifting. And it is basically broken down into 3 primary sections. The first section being cash flow management. Even if you can't sell right now, even if you can't recruit right now, you're going through the training site, the myEcon Pro site, and you're learning how to become a marketer. But even before you get to that step, you should have already taken a look at the video training on how to adjust your W-4 form. When I did my adjustment, guys, in fact, if you are in the group right now, you've already done your W-4, I want you to comment in the chat the dollar amount that your pay increased. Comment in the chat the dollar amount that your pay increased, just so that those who have yet to do it, if you're working a job, man, you're leaving money on the table. So
we have
my increase was,
I'm reading the amounts. We got 240, 250, 207.
yeah,
1,200 a month, 150, 200. Way more than 35. That's my point right there.
That's the point. So the founder, Ivy Stokes, often says that this is a business where the government pays the bill, because you get your tax money back and you use that to cover your cost of doing business. So that W-4 adjustment for me was $270 per month. So naturally, to me, I'm like, when will I stop exchanging $270 a month for 35? Right? I will pay 35 to get 270 all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. And the reason some of you guys are not where you want to be is because you haven't done this step yet and understood that this is the product. Now, we like credit repair, and credit repair is tangible, but income shifting includes all, as you will see here. So cash flow management simply means you're going to minimize your taxes first through the W-4 form. Second, through business tax write-offs. Most people don't realize that in this country right here, the US of A, the #1 wealth building tool in the world is the United States tax code. That's why people put their lives on the line to get here, not to come get a job, but to start a business because they know they can access the tax code to build wealth. So from making that W-4 adjustment, while you're going through the process of some training and you're learning how to duplicate what Freddie and Dios and these guys are doing, you're learning how to close sales, you're learning how to set up your funnels, you're already in the black, guys. Your money is back and then some. Now, since the name of the game is for us to build generational wealth, then it just makes good sense for you to take some of those tax savings. And if you don't already have an emergency fund, go ahead and start building you an emergency fund. Take some of those tax savings. If you are not out of debt yet, take some of that stuff and get rid of some of your debt so that you can ease the burden. So when you go hard as an entrepreneur, you don't have to worry about the stress that comes with drowning in debt and things of that nature. And then the third phase would be to minimize your expenses and fix your credit personally while you're in cash flow management mode. Because if you, for instance, have a car note of $500-600 and you go through the smart money system and you get your credit score up to 750, you go refinance that car loan and bring it from $500 or $600 down to maybe $300. You just created another $200 or $300 worth of cash flow back in your pocket. And you can use that for debt elimination. You can use that for creating an emergency fund, or you can use that to buy tools to continue to scale your business up. So the product that myEcon offers, the income shifting, allows you to literally free up money so that you can get yourself out of debt, build an emergency fund, and start scaling your business. So that's strategy 1, cash flow management. If you have not adjusted your W-4 form in your back office, if you go to the document center and then you scroll all the way down to the bottom in the document center, you will see a training on how to adjust your W-4 form. It gives you a scenario and teaches you how to read the form so you can do that properly and get that money back in your pocket and out of Uncle Sam's. Second thing that income shifting includes, which we are all familiar with, and that is the business income, right? We are all here for the most part because we understand that, hey, I can sell products and I can recruit. and that's going to allow me to make some extra money, right? So once you got cash flow management down, your business is paid for, now you can make a full commitment to your business because you got an extra $200, $300, $400 a month in your pocket, so you know your $35 a month is covered. Now you can commit to learning strategies on how to market this business to make sales and recruit and build a big team. So marketing, sales funnels, we got that part. But here's another part of business income that most new entrepreneurs have no idea about, and it's called tax deductions. See, myEcon gives you a tool in your back office called the Cash Flow Manager, and they give you that tool for a reason. Because one of the things that you can access when you have a business, especially one that you're running from your home, is you have the ability to write off your lifestyle. But if you're going to write off your lifestyle, the IRS requires three things. It requires that you work your business on a regular basis. Well, if you put a couple Facebook posts up, you got proof that you're working your business on a regular basis. It requires that you work your business in an attempt to make a profit. Well, duh, we're all posting and we're doing our marketing because we're trying to make a profit. But it also requires that you keep good records. That's why we give you the Cash Flow Manager. So I just put a list of some of the common tax write-offs that you have access to now that you're operating your business from your home. Number one, most of you guys are watching this right now from your cell phone. That's a communication device. You're now using that communication device for personal and for business. So that means however much you use it for business, that portion of your bill is a tax write-off, right? I use my cell phone 85% of the time is for business, right? The other 15% of the time is my wife trying to check up on me, but that's another story, right? So you get to write off a portion of your cell phone bill. Some of the meals that you're going to eat, you're going to be talking business over some of those meals. So you're going to be able to write off 50% of those meals, right? Travel. I heard Freddie say he's going to see Ivy Stokes at the corporate office. Well, you think Freddie's not going to write that trip off? It's business, right? That's going to save a ton of money. And then what about mileage, right? I just came back from Monticello, Arkansas. I went down there and did a Super Saturday with some cross-line teammates down there, and I drove, right? So that was 860 miles I put on my personal vehicle for business. Well, at 53.5 cents a mile or something like that, that's nearly a $500 tax write-off that is going to help me when I file my taxes at the end of the year. But here's the big one, guys, because if you have kids under the age of 17, I want you to put the number of children you have under the age of 17 in the chat really quickly, because this is where you're leaving a ton of money on the table. Who's got kids under age of 17 in the webinar room and also on the Facebook? Because I want to show you guys something.
I got 6. One just turned 17.
So we got people putting in their kids. How many? What do we see?
We got 1, 3, 4. One said 7. They broke the record.
Oh, 7. Okay. All right, cool. Well, I got 5 sons, right? Now, I wish I'd have known this when they were all in the house, eating me up out of my house and the home, right? Because of the new tax law that went into effect, the standard deduction changed from $6,350 to $12,000. What that means as an entrepreneur, my 17-year-old son can now work for me in my business. I can pay him a salary of up to $12,000 per year, and that becomes a write-off for my business. Now, here's the thing, Freddie, that most people will lose in translation here. Is it going to cost me some money next month for me to get my son prepared to go into his junior year in high school? Absolutely. He wants shoes, he wants clothes, he's got to get school supplies, book bags, laptops, all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to spend that money whether I want to or not. When you understand income shifting, now spending that money becomes less painful because I don't pay for that stuff. My business pays him a salary, and that salary becomes a tax write-off for me. So in essence, Uncle Sam is picking up the tab for my son's school supply. Uncle Sam picks up the tab for my son to play ball. My Uncle Sam picks up the tab for my son to get new shoes and all of that kind of stuff. When you understand income shifting and the power that you have just by having this membership, it's a game changer, because some of you guys are making 6 figures on your job, right? But you're not bringing home 6 figures from that job. You might make 100K, but you bring home 70. Why? Because Uncle Sam is getting 30K. Well, if you added your home-based business and start understanding these processes, then you can get closer to that 100K on your job, right? Very, very powerful strategies. So I'm going to give you some websites where you can go and learn some of this stuff at the end of the presentation. But I wanted to bring that out because we see this happening all the time. We just don't recognize it's happening. How many times you went into something like an Asian restaurant or beauty supply store or something like that, and they have their kids behind the counter doing homework? Those kids are actually on payroll because they understand income shifting. Well, you don't have to have a brick and mortar restaurant to do income shifting. You just need to have a home-based business that you're working regularly, you're trying to make a profit, and you keep good records. So if you guys got questions on record keeping for hiring your children, we'll get something together and put that in the group. My accountant gave me a nice PDF where she lists the steps of what you have to do to properly hire your kids so that you are straight in terms of the paperwork that you need for your business. Last but not least, guys, the third phase of what income shifting is all about is putting you in position so that your money can start making money for you. That is investment income. MyEcon teaches the 2 critical elements you need to know to start investing, and that is terminology and perspective. No, we do not invest your money for you. However, when you learn the terminology of investing, right? If you sit down and talk to Freddie, he can talk to you about all sorts of things that he's doing in the crypto world. But if you don't know any of that terminology, you'd be lost on the first sentence, right? The same is true for investing when you sit down with a financial advisor or a financial planner. They're going to start talking about things that you have no clue about, and you're going to be lost, and you end up buying what we think are investments for actually products that benefit them more than you. So we teach you terminology. We teach you proper perspective, how to look at or what outlook you should have in terms of making your money grow. What does a sound investment even look like, right? All of that stuff is included in your membership, but you've got to pull yourself away from so much recruit, and get some of the study of this stuff in you, and then that will make your recruiting much easier, right? We talk about places where you can go and get double-digit returns on your money right now, stocks, bonds, mutual funds. All of that good stuff is available to you. We have a 5-part investment series in your back office. All you got to do is plug in and hit the archives, and you can listen to that stuff tonight. You guys already own this stuff in your membership. So even if you can't sell and recruit right now, you could be learning how to make your own money work for you better. And then last but not least, the biggest investment of them all is in your own business, right? Ivy Stokes told me like this. He said, there's 4 ways that you can build wealth in this country. You can buy it, build it, steal it, or inherit it. Well, I wasn't in line for an inheritance. I'm too scary to steal something from somebody. I didn't have any money to buy it. So the only option I had was to build it from scratch. And he gave me the scenario of what Bob Johnson, the former founder of BET, did. He took $15,000, bought a cable network, and turned it into a $4 billion empire in less than 30 years. You can't buy those kinds of investments today, but you can build them. So your business is your biggest investment. He sold BET, took his portion of the profits, and then literally parlayed that into 100 Marriott hotels. And that's a strategy that we call cash, asset, cash. He was able to take some cash. He was able to build an asset known as the BET network. He sold it, and it brought him some cash that he then turned into another asset, 100 Marriott properties. So when you understand what income shifting is all about, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to be so hell-bent on sales and recruits, because your money begins to work for you better, so you can then systematically learn how to recruit over time. Now, Freddie and these guys are amazing at sales and recruiting, but some people learn at faster and slower clips. So some people are going to get it. Some people are more tech savvy than others. So it's going to take them a little longer. But now when you understand income shifting, you don't have to get frustrated that I'm paying $35 a month, because you're not. Uncle Sam has already picked up the tab. You've already income shifted and brought $300 or $400 a month back into your household. Now you take your time and start learning real marketing skills, right? And not spam skills, real marketing skills. And if it takes you time, that's okay, but you're literally going to reap the benefits of being able to take your time and learn some sound marketing strategies to build and grow teams and get some sales.